Alright, YouTubers, welcome back. My name's Dave, and you found Do It Yourself, Do It Right, and I got my American flag hat on.
No shit, Sherlock.
And I'm standing in front of something that's also rather American, and that is a Jeep Wrangler Sahara. It's my first rental vehicle for my work, which means this is going to be my first review that I'm going to do. If you guys remember way back in the day, I said that I was going to start doing reviews on the vehicles that I rent for work, and this is the first one. So let's get into it. The company that I work for is Air Methods, and the job that I have taken is it's a senior pool mechanic position. And what I'm going to be doing is 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, and I'll be traveling to all the different places in the southeast, from North Carolina to Florida to Alabama to Tennessee possibly. So in those 2 weeks that I'm on shift, I'm going to have a rental vehicle, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up a vehicle, whatever it is. Typically it's supposed to be a pickup truck. I actually was supposed to have a pickup truck, but they didn't have any pickups, so I opted for this thing. I figured, why not? Never had a Jeep before, why not just, you know, try it out for 2 weeks? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have it, I'm going to drive it, I'm going to use it for 2 weeks, and then I'm going to do a review on this vehicle and subsequently whatever vehicles that I get to rent. So this first one is a Jeep Wrangler, as you can tell. It's in black. I didn't realize it when I said that I said that I wanted this one. I didn't realize that it's actually a hybrid. So this is gas and electric, and I guess I was supposed to know that that's what the blue meant, because over here it's the E version. It is a Sahara, so it's basically, you know, got a lot of stuff in it. It's got so much stuff in it that I don't even know what all of it is. When you turn the dash on, and I'll go over this a little bit, it's got a whole bunch of little dials and whatnot. It's got a nice big display. It's four-wheel drive. You know, it's a Jeep. Can't be four-wheel drive. It can't not be four-wheel drive, right? So then I got the seats in the back folded down so I could put my toolbox and such in the back. So it should be pretty fun to drive for the next 2 weeks. So maybe the next time you see me, I'll be in the parking lot of the hotel telling you something that I like, telling you something that I don't like. But yeah, that's the plan for these review videos. Every couple of weeks I'm gonna have one out, because I'll be working every couple of weeks. And this is just the first one, so let's try to have a little fun with it. All right, guys, here I am, 1 week in with this, you know, fairly decent looking Jeep Wrangler. I will say that I have already compiled a list of likes and dislikes, and I'm 1 week in. I got a whole nother week to either add or subtract to that list, but it's actually, I'm gonna let the cat out the bag, it's actually better than what I thought it was gonna be. I didn't really have high hopes, but 3 hours driving from Savannah to Griffin, because that's where I am right now. I'm in Griffin, Georgia.
God damn it.
It was better on the highway than I expected. Pleasantly surprised. And I will give you my top 5 likes and dislikes at the end of this 2 week stint. Got 1 more week up here, and then I'll be heading back to Georgia, or I should say back to Savannah. So we'll see what else I can come up with. All right, guys, my time here in Griffin has come to an end. I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys my top 5 likes and dislikes. So let's actually start on the inside of the Jeep. Now these top 5 likes and dislikes, they're not in any particular order, just throwing them out there to you. The first one I want to talk to you about is, you know, everybody knows, or everybody that's probably watching this video likes the looks of the Jeep. So I'm not going to say anything about the looks, because we all, you know, if you like a Jeep, you like the Jeeps. If you like these Wranglers, you know, you like the Wranglers. If you like the CJs, you like, you know. So I'm not going to touch on looks or anything like that. But I am going to touch on some preference stuff that I prefer. And the first one is actually the steering wheel and the steering. Now this steering wheel is nice and smooth. It's a nice leather. It's just nice and smooth, and it's got a nice like cushion to it. Another thing that I like about it is when you turn the steering wheel heater on, it heats up rather quickly and it heats up evenly. So that's a plus. The other thing about the steering is the steering, when you're driving, is super light. It's smooth. You don't really feel any kind of jerks or anything. I'm pretty sure it's probably an electric system down there that's, you know, turning. It's probably not a power steering pump. I think a lot of vehicles are going away from those, but it's just nice and smooth, and the Jeep turns rather sharp too for a Jeep. So that's one. Two, on the inside of here, you can see that the Jeep, well, let me shade it for you. They got all these little Jeeps all over this Jeep. And I just think that's awesome. Like, Jeep is throwing it back to where they came from. There's one there on the shifter. There's one over there on the windshield. I found the inside center caps of the wheels. You know, they have that cool little World War II Jeep symbol. And I just think that it's pretty awesome that Jeep is, you know, basically paying homage to where they come from. And that's pretty awesome. Turns out I actually have 3 likes on the inside of this thing, and this actually goes back to the whole Jeep thing. But if you look down inside of there, see if we can get you in close. It'd probably help if I turned it on. You can see the numbering and the speedometer. It looks like the old military lettering, like you'd spray paint on the side of a box or on the, you know, on the side of your trucks. I think that's pretty cool. You know, I am a proud veteran homeowner. You know, I do really like the United States. So I think that's another like I like. It's just the small little detail touches. That's another one that I liked. It's on the list. I'll say that's number 3. And number 4 is, well, you sit up in this thing. It's nice and square, like my back. I'm not like hunched over. You sit up nice and square, and I'm gonna combine that with the visibility around this Jeep. There's a lot of glass. You can see out. Now, this pillar here does kind of block your view when you're pulling out of somewhere and, you know, at an angle. So that pillar is a little big, but other than that, the view. And then I'm gonna keep this all in one. Getting out of this thing, because it's high up. All you do is just basically step out. You know, it's not like a car where you got to roll out or anything. You just step out. There's nothing in the way. Just step in, step out, and I really like that. I think it's nice. It's higher than my Nissan Frontier, and I think that's probably why I noticed it. Is this thing does sit up higher than my Nissan. All right, my last like, but not least, because there are some things that I do really like about this. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, if I didn't just buy my Nissan truck, I'd buy one of these. You know, It's cool. Maybe not the electric version like this one is, but I would probably buy one of these Wranglers. That's how much I like it. And it's surprising how much I like it. And one of the things that really makes me like it, and this brings me back to my GMC Acadia days, is that yes, it's an SUV, but it drives and handles and feels like a truck. And that's one of the things that I really like about SUVs. Not the girly ones, you know, not like the RAV4s and the small ones. Like, I like the ones that are frame on body, or body on frame. Got that a little backwards. Body on frame. And it just feels like you're driving something that you can take off-road, and that's this. It feels like it. I mean, it is electric, but, well, it's hybrid. But it just feels nice and sturdy. Like, you can go off some, you can go in some mud maybe. Although I'm assuming a lot of these stay on pavement. But those are my likes. I could probably go on for 5 more, but those are without getting into looks and styling and all that other good stuff. Those are the likes that I have for this Jeep. And like I just said, I'm really surprised because I didn't think I was gonna like it. But I was able to come up with 5 dislikes. And let's get into those. All right, so my first dislike, and you might be able to hear it right now because it's a bit windy, is the noise. The road noise. When you're going down the road 65, 70 miles an hour, highway stuff, really, you can really hear the air hitting everything. This thing is basically a brick going down the road. Now that doesn't mean that this thing doesn't get good gas mileage. That's another thing I like about it. Being the electric model, it gets good gas mileage. But when you're going down the road, you can hear whistling. You can hear the noise. Sounds like there's like a luggage rack on top. You can just hear the noise everywhere. The wind. Not so much tires because it's got regular old all-terrain tires. But you can definitely hear the wind noise. And that's a dislike. One of the other dislikes I don't like about it, and this is particular to just this model because it is the electric hybrid version. When you put this thing into regen mode to try to charge the battery, when you let off the gas, it's like slamming on the brakes. It's that dramatic. It's like, whoa, Nelly. Now, if you're used to it and you're ready for it, I'm sure it's not bad. I'm sure you save some brakes, you know. But that's one of the things. When I first did it, I was like, oh, what is this button? I hit the button, and it slows you down, and it slows you down in a hurry. The other thing, another dislike that I have about this, being it is an E version. Now, you guys that don't have an E version, you can tell me, but I don't know. I don't. This is the first one I've driven. Is back here. The battery sits right in this area, underneath the seat. I should fold up the seat, but my luggage is there. This takes up a whole bunch of space. When you flip the seats forward to try to get more cargo space back there, it really doesn't give you any more cargo space. And that's a dislike. It's just, I think the ergonomics of the Jeep, the way it's set up with the battery on top there, taking up space, you know, they got to put it somewhere. Can't change really the look of the Jeep. So they got to put the battery somewhere, and that's where they chose to put it, and it takes away some of your storage space. So that's definitely another dislike. Let's get out of the wind for this next one. Well, at least next 2, I should say. The first one, I realized that my first dislike of this vehicle happened within the first 5 minutes of being in this vehicle. You really can't tell during the day, but when you turn this thing on and then this screen fires up when it's dark, and if you don't adjust the dimmer over here, well, let's adjust it up. Well, it's not, you're not going to be able to tell. Trust me on this one. If you don't adjust the dimmer down, that screen is all up in your face. And when you're sleepy and it's dark in the morning and you're driving, you know, 3 hours to work, that is just loud and obnoxious. Now, I did adjust the dimmer down, but the problem with that is when you adjust that dimmer down, it also dims down your dash lights, everything over on this side. So it's a trade-off. You got to figure out, you know, the balance. Really, is what I'm talking about. You got to get the balance right. You know, so it's not great. I actually pulled off to the side of the road and tried to see if I could get into this display itself and turn it down, but you can't. There's no way to turn it down. Or at least I don't know if there's a way. If you guys know of a way, go ahead and put it in the comments below how to turn the screen down, because it's bright. It's really bright. And this brings me to the last dislike, which is not bright at all. This is actually really a dark spot for this vehicle, and that would be the price. The price of this Jeep, the way it sits right now, Sahara model 4xe with all the goodies, I couldn't find one for less than $65,000. Let that sink in. $65,000 for a Jeep Wrangler. Now, it does have all the bells and whistles, but man, that's a lot of money for a person, for a family. That's definitely a dislike, and a major dislike in my book. So that's not good. So that's gonna conclude my dislikes. Sorry to end on such a downer, but it happens. Bonus material. All right, so I'm gonna add another like and I'm gonna add another dislike. If I didn't already add more, I'm gonna add some more. All right, can't leave you on a downer feeling. So another thing that I dislike, so I'm gonna do the dislike first, and then I'm gonna do the good one.
That's what she said.
Because I wanna end on a good note. Well, let's do it. All right, another downer. This is a rental. They put both keys on one thing, but look at the size of that key fob. That thing is ginormous. I mean, it's huge. Really, Jeep? You couldn't make this thing smaller? Like, what's all this extra space for? What is all this? I don't get it. What's all that extra real estate over here for? And they're heavy. You know, I put these in my pocket and it about pulled my shorts down.
Oh, that sucks, dude.
I guess I probably should get a belt, but you know, it wanted to pull my shorts down. Not good. All right, so the last like, and you know, some people might say, whatever. I like that this thing has one-touch windows going down, and not just the driver, it's also for the passenger. Let me show you. Ready? Switches are down here. Oh. Both of them go down with one touch, and they go down with a quickness, and I appreciate that. I really like it. I think it's awesome. I wish my Nissan had it, and it doesn't. So there you go, folks. Top 5, 6 likes, top 5 or 6 dislikes. Let's bring this video home. This is just the first iteration of my my rental car series. I'm gonna be getting rental cars for 2 weeks, at least once a month, and I'm gonna do reviews on them. Company's paying for it, why not? I figure, you know, make videos on their dime. Actually, it's not on their dime, but they're paying for the rentals, so why not review them? Put them on my channel, you know, see if people like or dislike what I'm saying. So if you have likes or dislikes about your Wrangler, put them in the comments below. So, you know, that's it's gonna do it for this video. If you like this kind of stuff, give me a like, give me a tag it for somebody, share it to your buddies, subscribe, you know, it's free, why not? Just, you know, hit the subscribe button. So like, tag, share, follow, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and like always, till next time, thanks a lot.